Welcome to one of the most powerful stories you'll hear this year. This is more than a business biography. It's a human story. It's about a poor, hard-working kid from a tiny town who had no money, no connections, only a dream, an old pickup, and a stubborn heart. He walked into places people ignored and built something that outgrew the imaginations of Wall Street. He didn't wear silk suits or speak like a tycoon. He drove his own truck, walked into every store, and treated customers like friends. He became the richest person in America, not through trickery or luck, but by learning a simple truth. When you help people save money, you help them live better. This video will shift how you see success, and while telling that story, you'll also practice real, powerful English, vocabulary, storytelling, and motivation, all in clear, everyday language. So grab a notebook, pay close attention, and get ready for a story that's emotional, unforgettable, and full of lessons you can use today. Samuel Moore Walton was born March 29, 1918 in Kingfisher, Oklahoma, a place so small it barely registered on most maps. His family wasn't wealthy. They survived the Great Depression like millions of others, moving often because his father, Thomas Walton, worked as a farm loan appraiser. His mother, Nancy Lee, was strong and valued education and hard work. Sam had a younger brother, James Bud Walton, and together the boys grew up learning responsibility. They did chores, sold milk from the family cow, and woke before sunrise. Sam ran a paper route, milked cows, joined the Boy Scouts, and became the youngest Eagle Scout in his state. From early on, wasting time wasn't an option for him. He wanted more than survival. He wanted to win for a purpose. Sam wasn't born a genius or into privilege. He had two gifts, an unending hunger to learn and a genuine care for people. In high school, he played multiple sports, not because he was the star, but because he never quit. He practiced late, gave everything, and learned how to push through failure. After high school, he couldn't afford an extravagant education, but he took a loan, enrolled at the University of Missouri to study economics, and worked odd jobs and waiting tables, cleaning, managing his time with discipline. He graduated at 22, then joined the Army Intelligence Corps during World War II. The lessons he learned in uniform, attention to detail, planning and thinking like a soldier while serving like a human being, would shape everything he did later. After the war, Sam married Helen Robson, a sharp, no-nonsense woman from a comfortable family in Oklahoma. Helen was more than a partner. She was the backbone of his ambition. She pushed him, supported him, and set a simple standard. They would not waste life. They would build something meaningful or die trying. With $5,000 cash and a $20,000 loan from his father-in-law, the 26-year-old Sam bought a Ben Franklin variety store in Newport, Arkansas. He had no corporate experience and no wealthy backers, only the determination to serve customers better than anyone else. Sam ran that small store from open to close. He checked price tags, wiped counters, spoke with every customer, and studied his competition like a detective. He drove for hours to other towns just to see how rival stores were laid out, what they charged, and how customers behaved. While most store owners raised prices to earn more per sale, Sam did the opposite. He cut prices to build trust and loyalty. People thought he was crazy, asking why he would give up profit. But Sam believed that a good deal brings customers back and brings their neighbors with them. Just as that first store started to thrive, Sam lost the lease. The landlord refused to renew and gave the business to his own son. In a single moment, Sam's location, brand, and customer base vanished. He could have given up. Instead, he picked himself up, moved to Bentonville, Arkansas, and opened another small store with his wife, Walton's 5 and 10. It was 1950. And Bentonville was hardly a place for big dreams, one main street, a few farms, a handful of teachers. But for Sam, it was a blank canvas. The store sold everyday items, socks, school supplies, candy, toys, and what made it different wasn't the building or the products, but Sam's obsession with people. Sam developed a simple, powerful system without ever calling it that. He served customers like family. He walked them to shelves, carried bags, and fixed problems. He bought goods inexpensively and sold them cheaper than competitors, making small profit margins but moving huge volume. He learned relentlessly from others, even competitors, taking notes on layouts, pricing, and customer service, and applying those ideas immediately. He would drive 100 to 200 miles on weekends to see other stores in person, then come back and implement what he learned. He lived in the stores, retail education, not in a classroom. By the late 1950s, Sam had several stores doing well, but he noticed a gap. Big retailers ignored rural towns. Small towns paid higher prices and had worse selection. Sam asked a risky question. What if we build a large, low-price store in a small town and make it worth the drive? He believed rural customers would respond. Many laughed. Investors said it wouldn't work, but Sam, Helen, and his brother Bud pushed forward. In 1962, Sam opened a 15,000-square-foot discount store in Rogers, Arkansas. It was big for its time and filled with discounted goods across many categories. People came in, saw the low prices and wide selection, and returned with family and neighbors. Sales rose and word of mouth spread fast. Sam didn't build an empire with suits and boardrooms. He built it with family, with managers who felt ownership, and with simple rules. Lower prices than anyone in town, friendly staff who cared, clean aisles, and managers trained to lead. He literally drove his used truck so employees would know he was one of them. He focused on saving pennies across the business, lived frugally, and kept learning like a beginner. He believed pride and arrogance were the first steps to decline. As Walmart grew, Sam shifted focus from opening stores to building the systems that would make expansion repeatable. Instead of depending on outside distributors, he built his own supply chain, Walmart warehouses, trucks, and drivers under company control. In 1971, the first distribution center opened in Bentonville, acting as a logistics hub where products arrived, were sorted, and shipped quickly to stores. That control lowered costs and sped delivery. Walmart started using satellite communications in the late 1970s to link stores and warehouses to headquarters, creating a network that could respond to sales and inventory data in near real time. Retail became about mastering details, and Walmart tracked those details by the hour. Sam took Walmart public to fund faster expansion, investing in warehouses, land, technology, and managers rather than luxury. He also broadened the idea of one-stop shopping into supercenters that combined groceries, clothing, pharmacy, and fuel under one roof. Maximum convenience with everyday low prices. He treated employees as associates and offered stock ownership so workers thought and acted like owners. By the mid-1980s, Walmart had hundreds of stores, billions in sales, and a culture that still emphasized visiting stores, talking to cashiers, and listening to customers on the ground. Growth brought pushback. Critics argued Walmart hurt small businesses, paid low wages, or wielded too much power. Instead of battling critics with slogans, Sam studied the complaints and adjusted policies. The company collected customer feedback showing significant savings for families and expanded employee ownership programs so thousands could share in the company's wealth. Walmart responded with evidence and changes rather than defensive PR. Expansion followed a smart pattern, cluster strategy. Stores opened in concentric circles around existing locations to reduce delivery costs and increase efficiency. That pattern helped Walmart scale quickly and sustainably. By 1985, Forbes listed Sam Walton among America's richest, a man from Bentonville still eating breakfast at the local diner. Even as personal wealth climbed, Sam kept living modestly and kept asking the same questions. What are customers saying? How can we make it cheaper? What's not working? International expansion began in the early 1990s with Mexico, Canada, the UK, China, and other countries. Walmart adapted to local markets by listening, partnering, and using local suppliers and workers while bringing its efficiency and low-price promise. Sam also wrote a book, Made in America, to record his philosophy. Never get arrogant, think like the customer, respect people, keep costs low, and always keep learning. In the early 1990s, Sam faced a personal battle with multiple myeloma. He didn't step away. He kept visiting stores, training leaders, and working on his legacy. In March 1992, 1 month before he died, he received the Presidential Medal of Freedom. His words there echoed his life's message: work together to help people live better every day. Sam passed away on April 5, 1992, at 74, and the country felt the loss. But Walmart did not collapse. Why? Because Sam built systems and trained people to run them. Leadership transitions were planned. His son Rob and others continued protecting the culture and mission. Walmart's growth continued after Sam's death. Revenues climbed dramatically through the 1990s and 2000s, driven by smarter systems, sophisticated inventory tracking, automated restocking from nearby warehouses, and logistics so efficient even the military studied it. Walmart became a network that predicted demand, restocked faster, and kept prices falling. The company expanded globally through acquisitions and local partnerships while respecting local tastes. Competition from the internet forced Walmart to adapt again. It launched online operations, built pickup and delivery systems, invested in e-commerce, and combined its physical strengths with digital convenience. Walmart entered healthcare with in-store clinics, offering low-cost primary care, dental, and mental health services as part of a broader mission to help people live better. When the COVID-19 pandemic struck in 2020, Walmart kept serving as an essential business, adding safety measures, offering bonuses, expanding online delivery, and even hosting vaccination sites. Not everything was perfect. Walmart had failures in some markets, legal challenges, labor protests, and environmental criticism. But the company listened and adjusted policies over time, raising wages, expanding education benefits, and committing to sustainability efforts. By the late 2010s and 2020s, Walmart crossed massive revenue milestones and became the world's largest retailer and private employer, serving hundreds of millions every week. With that scale came responsibility, and Walmart began taking more active steps to address worker well-being, education, and environmental impact. Sam Walton's legacy is more than a retail empire. It's a belief system. Stay humble even when powerful. Put people first even when profits grow. Act like an owner even when you're starting. And keep learning no matter how big you become. He proved you don't need to be born rich to change the world. You need a plan, persistence, and a reason that matters. Today, Walmart is worth hundreds of billions, employs millions, and still draws visitors to the original Walton 5 and 10 in Bentonville, where Sam's notes and his old pickup remind people that it all began with a simple idea: make life better for others. This is not just the story of a company. It's a human journey about how far you can go when you refuse to give up, do the hard work, and keep your mission clear. If this inspired you, subscribe now. The next story might change your life the same way. I'll be here to tell it, one word at a time, like a friend who never left.